Hello everybody, this is Tarina. I am going to go ahead and get started on the Oh My Heart Valentine's Day special from Close to My Heart. And yeah, my printer did not really print all that well. I'm really struggling with my printer. All the lines are all like wiggly and squiggly, and I think it's just time for a new printer. But I did get the instructions printed, so I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to do all of the cutting first, and I will do a little clip of the cutting with you guys because there's a lot of cards and a lot of layouts and a lot of pieces going on here, so I want to kind of do some do kits of each of them and try to keep them in in some type of order so that they're easy for me to show you guys. And so they're, most of them will be, for the most part, pre-done, and we'll have all of their pieces together. So I will go ahead and I'm going to put, the process on fast forward. I do believe I should be able to get all of this done in 1 or 2 days. I don't really have a whole lot of time to work on it today because today's late start Wednesday, which means our kids start later in the day, which means that I get less time to work. So I get an hour and a half or something like that less time. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Excuse me. And let me know what you guys think about this collection. I really like how these are all set up, and of course you can definitely change these up however you want. I might do that. I don't know. We shall see. We shall see. I might add some things or take things away or change things up or add scallop border or something like that. I don't know. I haven't gotten into it yet all that much. But I'm excited. I'm excited to get this started. So let's get going. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Those are the envelopes. It comes with 40 envelopes. So they don't sell the envelopes extra. That'd be pretty awesome if they did, but they don't sell the envelopes extra. Sorry about that. So if you make more than just the 40 cards, you'll have to come up with your own envelopes or try to find like a trading somewhere where somebody's selling them. I don't know. They are 3x4 envelopes, so they're probably like 3¼ by 4¼ envelopes so that they fit nicely. But so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of the zip strips off of the patterned paper. And I just love these papers. They are so cute together, and they're adorable separately as well. And that is the sticker sheet. And you use I made an extra card kit. Spoiler alert, yeah. Well, I made an extra card kit, and so I have 41 cards, but I used up my whole entire sticker sheet. So I was amazed. Like, I was really amazed that they did a great job of utilizing all of those stickers. It's so nice to take a deep breath and just relax a little bit. My puppy is keeping me busy, lots of walks, and I have never been one to take early morning walks. I'm still not an early morning walker, but she kind of forces the hand. So, yeah, you're fine, Amelia. I gave her a treat with some peanut butter and some kibble, and she's having a hard time getting the peanut butter out of the container. It's not a peanut butter container, it's like a treat holder container where she has to try to get it out and use her imagination and figure out how to make it work, and she just doesn't like to do that. So I am using whichever zip strips they show here on the paper. They are it's kind of hard to tell because that bottom strip was supposed to be yellow instead of pink, and it showed a light pink, so I was like, wait a minute here, there is no light pink, so what's going on? on the zip strip, so I was just like had to figure that out. But that's when I decided that I was going to use my phone as a kind of like a backup, just to give me a, the color combos, and show me kind of what is supposed to be what colors, because when your printer is not printing yellow, it prints pink or some other color that it's not supposed to print. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with here. So it would go much easier if your printer prints it out correctly, of course, but we deal with what we've got. So one day I might get a new printer. I just love this heart pattern paper. So in the instructions, it shows you which direction your pattern is supposed to go when you cut it. So the whole sheet is supposed to be turned with the point of the heart facing the left, and that's how you're going to get your cuts. So you need to cut it straight down, excuse me, the way that it shows on the paper there, the cut pattern. So when you imagine that whole entire sheet is, hearts point to the left, then that's the direction that you cut. And it shows you the little scissors up at the top of each piece that shows you which is your first cut. So you can, it's pretty easy to understand. Of course, I have to go and mess it up because I forgot my printer didn't have the right colors, so I went and printed the wrong, or cut the wrong color, and of course I went and cut this wrong, so I was just like, oh, are you serious? So now I gotta cut another piece. It is, if my mind just gets it all mixed up, I can't help it. It's just one of those things that, and I don't know, I can't even remember when I was putting the kits together, I think I ended up missing a couple of pieces, and I don't know if it's because I went through, randomly. I didn't do the exact cuts that they said at the exact times. I kind of bounced around a little bit because I knew I had some extra pieces and I didn't want to waste any of the cardstock, so that kind of made it a little more difficult. But are you pouting? You're pouting. Evidently the peanut butter is really sticky. She loves peanut butter. And she loves treats. She loves food. Except in the mornings. She does not like food in the mornings. Like, she will go clear until 11 o'clock without eating breakfast. And that's going all night too. And it's just like, are you serious? But she'll eat everything else. Like, she'll eat sticks, she'll eat grass, she'll eat everything except her food in the morning. It's so weird. She will eat it if I hand feed it to her. That is just strange. It's just strange. It's so strange. So, yeah, don't underestimate. With this kit, don't underestimate the power of tiny pieces. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of tiny pieces that you gotta mix and match. Now, what they originally say in the instructions is to put them all in their own piles, like 1A, 1, 2, 1, 3, or that's not how it works. 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D all go in the same pile. And I don't know about you, but I don't have enough room for 43 piles of items. So that would be a lot, especially considering I don't have, you have to have a place for the papers and all that kind of stuff. So I just stuck it all in one pile, and then I just, after I kind of cleaned my spot up, I kind of spread it out to where each paper had its own pile, and then I just looked at each piece and kind of poked them into their little baggies. And I'll show you that a little bit later in the process. But so this one is a bow pattern. It's kind of hard to see it. I'm watching on I want to say a 5 by 4-inch screen right now, so for the playback, and it's quite tiny, probably compared to your guys' videos. I do the video in HD, so it's a decent quality. But on my little screen, it's definitely not HD quality. Not just for the simple, just for playback. So these so I am kind of a stickler. I don't know about you guys, but like when I cut a piece and I'm supposed to use the back and I cut through it and I flip it over, the edge of it seems a little, it's kind of pushed down just a touch. And I'm not sure what, I think it's the blade that pushes it down, and so it kind of flares it a little bit. Honestly, it kind of drives me nuts. I don't like using that piece. I would rather cut that, trim it down and cut that, the little ragged edge off. It's not like a severely ragged edge, like most people wouldn't even notice it, but I don't know what it is. I don't like it. But I had to get over my, I had to get over that with this kit because there was only so many pieces you could trim off, and like when you cut the 3x4 pieces and you have to have 3 of them, you can only cut those 3x4s. So you don't have the option to change, trim off any, because they're supposed to be 3x4s, and in a 12 by 4 piece, you've only got 3 pieces. So, or the other way around. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyways, you've got the exact amount with each cut. So you can't really trim off any little edges. So I just kind of had to get over that. And honestly, I still notice it, but I'm just trying not to let it bother me. And if I pointed out something that didn't bother you before, but now it bothers you, I'm sorry. So sorry. It's just one of my little pet peeves. But like I said, I get over it with this one. I just have to. I don't really have another option. So now when you do these cutting guides, it is much better for you to go like exactly as they say. So when you are cutting like that top left layout there, you start from the left and you go to the right, and so each piece, so on the left you cut the first piece, then from the far left you cut the next pieces. So then if that piece, like that piece was like a 3/4 inch piece or a 1/2 inch piece or a 1 inch piece or something like that, but down at the bottom it needed to be trimmed to a 9-inch piece and then a 3-inch piece. And so that would be your next cut, so that you have both of those taken care of. Then you would go on to the 3x4s, or whatever those are. I don't know if those are 3x4, those are like 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then you trim those down, and then you go to the next one and you trim those down. So when I see, like on the 3rd row, I see, or the 3rd cut, like vertical cut, I see there's like 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 pieces, and then down at the bottom there's some smaller pieces, and that little piece that you cut off, the white on the image there, the white is not used. So I want to automatically use that for some of the other small pieces on that paper. So it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I don't want to waste anything. So I try to utilize that piece in that moment. And so I cut something from, from farther to the right instead of just continuing on my, the same track that I'm supposed to be on, and it just kind of messes me up. So I would highly suggest just continue on, save that piece for later, and then when you get to the, the smaller pieces, then grab that piece out if you want to. But because you can use those pieces, which is, as you can see, I'm starting to collect quite a bit of the little pieces of paper, and these can all be used on cards too if you really wanted to, especially since the card bases are made from just plain a white daisy cardstock. So yeah, it's, you can definitely tell that there just keeps being there continues to be more and more little pieces that add up. And you could definitely use those on layouts if you wanted to, which I'm not sure what I want to do with them. Um, I definitely could use them on a layout if I wanted to. You can use them on anything. Cards, note cards, tags, just tons of little ideas that you can do. You know, tags might be a grand idea. Hmm. Oh, yeah, my puppy just had her shots, and they're like her second to last set of shots. And she, guess who gets shots on Valentine's Day? It's her last shot, so yay for that, but poor girl. Well, lots of love here, let me stab you. Poor puppy. She didn't even notice. They actually put like easy squeeze, like you know the cheese in a can that you squeeze. I can't stand the stuff myself, but a lot of people love it. Like I've got a lot of family members that love the squeezy cheese or easy cheese, whatever you call it. I call it squeezy cheese. Squeezy cheese because you squeeze the thing and it comes out, right? So anyways, they just put that on a tongue depressor, and then while they're giving her the shot, they just let her lick it, and it totally distracts her, and she doesn't even notice. And I was just like, well, that's an easy way to do it. She didn't even notice at all. And she loves the vet. Like, she loves them. She wiggles and wiggles and wiggles and wiggles and wiggles. And she's bored. She's very bored. She's been jabbering at me because she's bored. She wants the kids to be up. She knows they're home. The doors aren't open. The cat isn't out here so she can chase it. And she is definitely... She likes to chase the cat when the cat runs, but the cat runs when she wants to be chased, if that makes sense. Like, there's at the very beginning, she was very confused about, you know, the puppy, but now she's just like, she'll run and she'll hide inside the, like, just inside the door, and then she'll, as soon as the dog like pokes her nose in to smell where, you know, what's going on in the room, she'll bat at her. She won't use her nails or anything. She'll bat at her, and then the dog will back up, and I'll put my fingers in there and wiggle them around, and she'll bat at my fingers, and she's just like playing with the dog, even though the dog's just like, the dog wants to jump on her because, you know, that's what puppies do with their playmates. So they're litter mates. That's what they're used to doing. They, you know, they're pretty rough and tough animals, and cats are more, my cats have always been more gentle, playful, quiet animals. So now at night she will randomly get this little, you know, the cat will get a wild hair and be growling up a storm, and then you're like, what is going on? You can hear her tearing through the house, running on the couch and everything. And she's watched the dog do that, and it's hilarious because she's like, I thought I was the only one that liked to do that. It's so funny. But she's like, she's not afraid of her when she does that. She's just watching like, I want to join you kind of thing. And she doesn't, because she knows she'll probably get trampled, but she has the excited look instead of the scared look. And so I think it's hilarious that she's just like, she was raised with a dog, with a puppy, so she knows what they're like, but it's been a really long time, so she's just kind of relearning how they work and kind of waiting out the whole teething thing as well. So she does kind of keep a distance, but she's kind of learning to hold her own too, so that's kind of exciting. So as you can see, I'm poking all the different pieces in there, and I'm double checking because these all say like the 1A, 1, 2, 1 or 1A, 1B, 1C, 1F, all of those things. And so I'm trying to make sure I go through and uh, get the right pieces. And make sure they're the right size and that kind of thing. So you can always just, like, if you see 1F, and 1F is supposed to be a little tiny strip that's 12 inches long, you can see in the image that it goes all the way across, then you can look up, you know, 1F and then see what it's supposed to be. So, and this is pretty much what I do, I go through, I get all like the large pieces first, which is the white cardstock, and then I start working my way down, get all of the different pieces that I can see. I'm just looking at the layout itself. And then these are all the 9-inch pieces, and it was pretty obvious that they go with this layout. So I haven't done this layout yet. I did do the first layout already, and excuse me, that will be coming up next, which I'm excited about because I kind of went off the beaten path a little bit, but don't be discouraged. I love how it turned out. I love how it turned out, and that for me is a big thing because when I kind of go off the beaten path, sometimes I don't like how it turns out. But I mean, usually I leave it at an okay state where I'm okay with it. But this one I actually really liked. I like how this one turned out. And I hope you guys do too as well. So it will be coming up soon. And then, so yeah, I go ahead, and once I get the cardstock in and all the little pieces in, then I go ahead and add the stickers. And sometimes I use my scissors, and sometimes I use my X-Acto knife. And it really kind of all depends on where the image is located on the paper, and whether scissors are going to make it easier or not. I've just kind of flipped back and forth between them. Again, you can see the corner of my phone there on the left, and I'm just trying to see what things are what colors because my yellow's not showing up on the paper, so I definitely want to make sure that the yellow key or the yellow locket is what I'm doing. I want to be able to make sure that I have the right colored items or stickers in there. So I'm referencing my phone image. You can see that same exact image from that I have on my phone in the online catalog or in the catalog itself. So I don't have my catalog in here. I have it out in my living room so that I can work on getting ideas. But yeah, you could definitely I would definitely suggest referencing that if your printer is not working right. Now these are the little baggies that I have. They are let me see here. Nope. They are, I got them from the beading section at Michael's, so Hobby Lobby, Michael's or Hobby Lobby, one or the other. And they're 4x6-inch baggies, and they're for beads. It's they're from Bead Landing, plastic bags, large. I kind of want to get some extra large ones. I'm hoping that they have like 5x7s because that would be awesome. I might actually have to look that up online. But these work perfect because the card, okay, so the card bases don't fit in there because they are 4x6, so you have to cut, if I were to fold them in half beforehand, they would fit in there perfectly, but I didn't really want to do that. So I just kept them in a pile, all of the white pieces, the card bases in a pile, and worked from there. So I'm gonna I think I do the first 4 with you guys. I was going to just do 10 and then reuse them as I went, and then I was just looking at my desk and I was like, I have a lot of stuff on my desk, and the only way I'm gonna get rid of it is if I use baggies. So I pulled out 30 more baggies, and I have a lot of the scraps from sticker paper that I've been hoarding. And it's just like when you make stickers and you cut off the the outer edges and stuff. I kept all those because I knew I could stamp on them and make them into stickers if I wanted to. And so what I did was I just cut them in half-inch pieces and then just stuck them on here and numbered them. So now I have all of my baggies numbered, and so I know which project is which project. So if they all get mixed up or dumped out or whatever, yeah, I'll know what they are. So, yeah, I am just kind of showing you the first 4 here and how I'm doing it. And I'm just, pretty much just going off of the layout over there on the left-hand side, making sure that there's, the stamped stuff is the stamped stuff and the image the stickers are the stickers, and that I'm making sure that I get everything in the bag that needs to be in the bag. And if I find that I don't have it, then I want to go ahead and trim it up and make it happen and have it complete. So I am going to go ahead and explain the rest of this with you, and I hope you guys enjoyed my process. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut all of these out, as you've seen in the video. I did not do the stamping and all that stuff because I figure I'll do that as I put these excuse me, together. But I have, my voice is not working with me here. I have put together all 40 of the cards, plus one more because I had a couple of extra stickers from the sticker sheet. So I figured, I might as well. I've only got enough for probably one anyways, so I went ahead and made 41 of these, and I also cut out the pieces for the 12 by 12s, or the layouts, these two layouts here. So as you can see, I had my printer printed really bad. So like this up here is yellow. This sticker right up here is yellow, and it doesn't show yellow on my paper. So definitely make sure that if your printer is having issues that you check out this here. This is the it's in the catalog. You can look and see. Let me see if I can show you guys. You can zoom in and kind of see what colors are supposed to be what. So things that are supposed to be yellow, if your printer doesn't like to print yellow like mine, then you can actually, put yellow on there. So where it's supposed to be. So that's what I went ahead and did. I have all of these cut and ready to go, and that will be my next video. So I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off of here and get started on these projects. So I hope to see you in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching.